it's pretty simple. Know how to work hand tools and fix things, and all of a sudden you're never unemployed.
Yeah.
Yeah, see,
If
I
I
just
lost my job, I'd make a phone call right now and be working under the table for cash in hand.
it's valid. And I really do have a pretty good job though. Great pay, great benefits.
Yeah, it's
If
just not great for holidays.
it's really
Or
not
you're
bad.
stressed.
Now that I've promoted, none of that is really bad. The biggest issue is when you have certain coworkers who just want to um, fill up the book, you know. But
Yeah,
it's like I have a first shift sergeant is covering down for me on the 5th, and I get unlimited comp. So like, as long as I could get somebody to cover for me, I never have to worry about if I want a day off or not.
yeah, that's pretty nice.
All right, you guys are ready to get started?
Yeah.
So just a brief recap. A lot happened in the last session.
Aliens, fucking knew it.
Aliens.
Communist
I
Russian
knew it.
aliens.
So you went to a restaurant and had a nice meal.
Yeah.
Then
I
you
had dry toast and eggs. I'm not sure what constitutes a good meal there, but
Was it a
And-
nice meal?
and then you went out to see Billy Spivey's mom. Found out a little bit more about Billy and his girlfriend Jenny. You also went. You haven't met with the sheriff again yet. You're doing that this morning. It's been a little bit. I'm trying to piece everything together. You did meet. You did. Check out your rooms a bit. Spencer heard a tapping noise from the room next to his. You saw a random woman who rushed back into her room the moment she saw you guys coming upstairs. You got your spray, which told you where this proto matter was, and found out you were all infected with it. And Anna saw aliens. Saw a limos staring at her out the window.
Aliens. I feel like Crocker from Fairly Godparents.
With genies? No, fairies. It was his uncle who was genies.
Berries, yeah. Berries.
Fairies.
That's the alien that we saw. It was a great time.
Freaked Anna out.
Oh yeah, Anna was actually freaked the fuck out.
Oh, and people just keep staring at you weirdly.
and they all keep saying it's a clean community, which is by far the most terrifying thing that's been happening.
And it's tax season when it's not tax season.
Well,
Tax-
it is tax
Eternal
season.
tax
Okay?
season, the worst thing ever.
What I'm saying, these people they have to be aliens in disguise trying to pass as humans. They have to be.
It could be mass hypnosis. Mass. Why can I not say the word hypnosis?
Hypnosis.
I don't know why. I
Well,
can't say it.
before we get back to it, let's do another flashback scene because those are fun.
Oh,
This will be for Spencer. It's a lot less action packed than a romp through Vietnam.
It's fair
Well,
enough.
technically Laos.
Feels very much more. This character is not that action packed.
It's not. It's all paperwork related, which fits your character, right?
Yep.
So it's year 1992, and you were just doing all the fun stuff that your office requires: monitoring insurgent finance reports, tracking contraband, keeping tabs on, strange deaths and so on and so forth. character sheet just so I'm not leaving anything out.
And didn't we say counterterrorism?
Yeah.
Special, yeah, special activities division, political action group.
Yeah, basically a fancy way to say CIA Black Ops.
Yeah.
So
the desk version.
Yeah, you don't do the fun things. You just look at the paperwork and put together puzzles, basically. And you get a stack of customs paperwork and after action reports from various things, most of them redacted into near meaninglessness. But something catches your eye. This one's gonna have a lot less choices than the other one, by the way. I mean, it's just the nature of the beast.
Right.
If I make you roll for stuff, then you have a chance of not finding out what's going on. You know what I mean?
Got it.
You specifically, what catches your eye is a bundle of documents related to a joint interdiction operation in Peru near Puno. It's supposedly about destroying a narco safe house, but the language is off, jargon doesn't fit, times and dates don't match, references to hostile assets eliminated and prescribed cultural property that's never described. U.S. military attachments are unfamiliar. Unit designations don't exist. Names seem to be missing from personnel databases. A suspicious number of embassy and police staff were reassigned or transferred after the op. Like this catches your eye, and you spend weeks looking into this.
Okay.
And you're looking for files and information that should be there. Stuff's missing. Like stuff's missing or has been moved to a location that never received it. Like things aren't making sense. Until you and that all kind of concludes with you find an internal cable, like handwritten, that says Shredder's Hand operation concluded, target site neutralized, unscheduled engagement with unidentified group, estimated casualties high, all cultural property destroyed per protocol, debrief with Major K, cover ID Shepard, complete, records flagged for TSC review and S classification, recommend all further queries routed through S2/green. And you also find a note written on the back. It says, ensure counselor and DEA staff remain in dark. No local law enforcement follow-up authorized. If further interest, escalate per green. So this has all been just kind of in your spare time through all your other research. You've been looking into this. It's something about this has caught your eye. You haven't really moved it up the food chain. You've made some requests for paperwork and things like that, but that's normal part of your job. You end up getting a hold, like making a phone call, getting a hold of a police, someone in the police in Puno who is willing to talk with you.
Got it.
So what do you want to ask him?
All right. So from my understanding of what you just said, I have no idea what happened down there specifically.
You know there was an operation that's not through proper channels. Right. Something was destroyed and there were high casualties and everything. Like you work with a lot of black ops. This seems like
Even, yeah, like there at least should have gone through one channel. Like it didn't even go through.
yeah,
another.
like this. None of this seems normal. All this is like red flags are going off all over for you. All you know is something happened in Peru near Puno with U.S. military assets involved, high casualties, and some cultural artifacts were destroyed, and something about the word green.
Got it. All right, so my character, I guess, would first be asking whether or not he was familiar. Are you familiar with the situation recently involving U.S. military and your local jurisdiction?
He's like, and I'm not gonna do a fucking Peruvian accent. I don't know how to do that. He's gonna say, Americans showed up, but they didn't. They didn't look military. I mean, they didn't have uniforms or any flags. The only way we could tell they were Americans was from their accents. And we didn't follow them. They just headed up into the mountains, and that night we heard gunfire and explosions, and there was a terrible smell through the town, but that was it.
In that you made no other contacts. There was no point of contact with anybody local jurisdiction at all.
They stopped by the embassy, the U.S. embassy, before they headed up the mountain, and we were just told to keep away.
To keep all people away, or just placed specifically?
To keep out of their way. It it was a weird time. There was it was a really weird time for us. We were all hands on deck. There was an increase in disappearances. There were some really weird deaths. Um, we thought it was possibly cartel related, and
Go back for a second. Where deaths how?
animals and people um, in some surrounding villages and a few in Puno itself that were their bodies were found bloodless with strange marks on them.
Bloodless, like completely bloodless.
Yeah, like drained of blood, like it reminded us of an old ghost story, like kind of like vampires, the Karisiri.
Karisiri, okay. How do you spell that word?
Fuck if I remember, Jacob.
That's fine. It's fine. Just pretend you told me to.
Yeah, yeah.
How long was this going on?
About a month before the Americans showed up, and then it all stopped.
Just completely stopped after
Yeah.
this group of Americans showed up and left.
Yes.
Are you aware of any cultural artifacts that they may have taken or have disappeared?
I mean,
Or
the direction they were heading, there was an area high in the mountains that, again, you call it superstition if you will, but it's just an area that, bad juju. We don't go there. No one goes there. There's nothing there. It's a pretty barren area. So everyone just kind of keeps away. That was the direction they were heading.
anybody in the village that would have come across anything that was from the mountains before this group arrived there?
Not
Is
that
there
I
nobody left to talk to there?
no. I mean, we talked when we were investigating the deaths, but it was all just the look. Once you get further away from the cities, the people get more superstitious, and people talking about demons and, like I said, Kari Siri and monsters. But it's all just superstition. We expected it was cartels moving into the area, and that's what we figured the Americans were there to do. To that they cleaned up the cartels, whether they were mercenaries or government, we didn't know, but we figured they cleaned up some cartels, and it was all off the books stuff. But again, that's all rumors.
I see. Anything else you feel like I should know about the situation before I let you go?
Not that I can think of. Again, that was a bit ago, but nothing. No weird deaths have happened since then.
I appreciate your willingness to talk. Um, perhaps reach out again if I think of any other questions I might ask for you, but appreciate this, and good luck with your work down there.
Oh, all right. Thank you. You as well. By the way, did you make this phone call on your office phone, your home phone, a payphone? Like, where'd you call from?
So you said I've been asking for paperwork at my job regarding
Yeah, because this popped
this.
on your desk, and I mean, it's
Yeah,
normal for you to look into stuff like this.
Yeah, I assume he just made this on his office phone. That like nobody was talking to him, but he found somebody to talk to. He's just trying to understand. Like at this point, before this phone call, I'm sure he's just thinking, is this an improper use of government assets? Did somebody like this isn't a normal black op? Did somebody do something on their own and like use CIA assets for their own kind of thing? Why is it covered up? Why is it hidden? Like covered up more than normal. Like this is beyond just normal. Don't let the public know about it because it'd be bad. It's like don't let anybody else in the CIA know about it or the government. That's how covered up he feels like this is. So he's feeling like a crime is committed here, basically.
Yeah.
So he doesn't feel like he's doing anything wrong looking into it because
You're technically not.
yeah,
You are doing your job right now.
yeah. He's just trying to get to the bottom to it. So he made this on his office call. And I mean, he immediately would be thinking about reaching out to the embassy to see if he could get answers from them on who they talked to, who were the people down there.
Okay. So you call the embassy?
Yeah. He's gonna make a phone call to the embassy and see if he can talk to whoever's in charge there.
You get a hold. I mean, you have CIA clearance. You get a hold of someone at the embassy who's like obviously not the ambassador to Peru, but someone who's another government spook.
Right. Hi, who I have the pleasure of speaking with?
Yeah, this is what would it be? Mr. Monroe.
Mr. Monroe, hoping I'm not catching you at a bad time. I'm
Oh no, I'm on a East Coast schedule, just keeping up with Washington.
perfect. So I have some work that's come across my desk involving an op that happened down there not too long ago. Um,
I'm assuming you've already exchanged clearances, and I mean you've gotten
Yeah.
to this point. Like
Yes.
it's you're both on secure lines,
right.
like yeah.
Now, from my understanding, there was an op that happened down there, and they did check in with the embassy first. The members, not sure if they were U.S. military or agents or what, but specifically made contact with the embassy. Does that sound at all familiar to you?
You'll have to be more specific. Do you have a name for this operation? Maybe commanding officer?
What was the major's name?
There was a
Major K?
Major K, but it said the note said cover ID Shepherd, and then the operation was called Shredder's Hand.
Okay, I worship. Okay. Lead would have been Shepard. The operations name was Shredder's Hand.
Yeah. Get one moment, please. He puts you on hold, and you hear nice hold music. And about like 5 minutes later, he comes back and he says, yeah. So, yeah. Sorry, that's a need to know. Mark, need to know, and frankly, you don't. And he says, "Look, I have other things to attend to," and he hangs up.
Okay.
Now, we'll say you continue your work day as normal. You can't really find out anything else. But um, where'd your character live again?
I assume he's out of an office in DC. So he lives
Yeah,
in an
yeah,
apartment down there.
yeah. So I don't know if you have an apartment or a house. What do you have?
Just an apartment. He's a bachelor with a nothing more than a studio.
Yeah. So you go home, open up your studio apartment door, and I imagine you have your routine where because I imagine you're wearing a suit, so you probably take off your jacket, take off your tie, your nice dress shoes, set down your briefcase because it's the 90s,
Yep.
like all that fun stuff. In the middle of your routine, you feel something press against the back of your head, and you hear a voice a voice say, Mr. Peckerwood, I advise you to put your hands above your head and calmly sit down on the chair so we can have a conversation.
I mean, Peckerwood's going to comply. He's already got the gun on him, so.
Yeah, I mean, again, no point making you roll for this. Like, you're in your normal home routine. You have a 20 alertness.
Yeah.
It's not your best skill.
Nope.
You sit down on a man sitting down across from you, also in a suit. Like, he looks government as well, and he's aiming a USP 45 with a silencer because he's got good taste in guns. Well, suppressor technically. And he says, "Mr. Peckerwood, you are far too good at your job. Some of these files get shredded for a reason, and I'm assuming you want to keep your job. Is that correct?"
I would like to keep it.
All right. So, this conversation never happened. Everything you're looking into never happened, and you will never speak of it again. And any files you have pertaining to it, any notes you've written about it, you will destroy. And just one thing, there's some things, like most things in Peru can be fixed with bribes and bullets, and some things can't. And there's a lot of things everywhere that can't. And that's what we do. You're good at your job, and we are going to be in contact. Do I make myself clear?
I'm sorry, am I allowed to ask questions?
No. We'll get with you. We've arranged a meeting. The information's here. And he writes on a business card and sets it down. And the business card just has a green triangle on it with an address to a restaurant and time for a reservation. And that's how Spencer got acquainted with Delta Green. Like I said, a lot less exciting than the guns and shooting of.
Yeah.
But it's a different time, and your character is not a guns and shooting person.
Nope.
You like
I mean, I got a 40 with firearms, but
yeah, but you're at least the way you've described your character, like you may be proficient with guns, but you're not like a
no, he's not a field
out.
agent.
Yeah, field
Like
agent.
he's done everything that's been required of him to get into the CIA, but he's not a field op. So like,
and you keep up with your skill because I imagine you're a perfectionist with everything.
Yep. Ironically, my unarmed combat is 60, so I don't know why. Like I'm like a wrestler or something.
Maybe you do martial arts. Just so everyone liked the tie-in with Peru.
I did. I was like, as soon as you said Peru, I was like, oh, here we go.
Yeah, I was over here. I was like, oh boy. And it's I always love a good when the player knows but the character doesn't.
Yeah, I figured a fun callback to Masks and Nyarlathotep would be fun.
I also still imagine, regardless of being told to not look at anything, like he might have shredded the documents at work. See, I feel like this. I don't know who the guy that showed up was. Like I said, I feel like this should have been a superior at the CIA, somebody that he trusts. Because if he was told by somebody that he considers a superior,
I imagine
right?
your meeting at the restaurant is with the superior at the CIA.
Okay. Yeah.
Like he was just an intermediary in case it turned into Wetworks.
Got it. Yeah, because at that point he's like, all right, like I'll shred the documents, like I'll lay low on this. Like I assume with the CAP he would have had at least been able to ask a couple more questions.
Oh yeah, you would have been able to find out enough.
You know, it's definitely like not necessarily about the op, but at least like, all right, like this is somebody who's telling me this is why this didn't go through the proper channel. This is what it is, and like that is enough of a puzzle solved for him at this point. Like
and it would have been a lot of vagaries. It would have been like there's things that go bump in the night.
He also definitely
can't be handled through official channels.
He also definitely started like researching Cars Syria like right afterwards, just to kind of understand what was in there.
And you probably would have found out about Augustus Larkin and an expedition to Peru.
Yeah.
And a bunch of random people joined in on the
Mr. Hardwood and Mr. Clifford and McCarty and Miss Falls.
You would have found out all about that.
What he doesn't know is if any of them are still alive today. To be determined. They made it to the 90s.
Oh, that's actually really interesting.
It could be the case. You never know. I mean, we know Hardwood didn't make it to the 90s, but
yeah. Look, with some of your guys' ages, I doubt it, but Voss could have made it to the 90s.
Yeah, Voss might have made it. I mean, oh yeah, I'm 40. Well, I'm 42. What year is it there?
It's 25. So it's 70 years from now.
Yeah.
So Voss, I think, would be the only one who could be alive because she's in her 20s, right?
Yep.
Late 20s, early 30s.
Yeah, you could make
like 31.
Maybe you're like some big boss at Delta Green that no one knows about.
Right. Voss
at this point, she'd have to be retired. She'd still have to be close to. She'd have to be about 100.
Something like that.
Yeah. But who knows if you make it that far?
Right. Okay. Exactly.
Let's get back at it. The last we ended off on Spencer hearing a tapping on the other side of the wall on the room that's like, because you guys, if you look at the rooms labeled 1 to 10 from left to right, because they're all on the one side of the building, you guys take up room 1 to 5. Rooms Spencer, what room were you in, Spencer? Sorry, 1 to 4. There's 4 of you. I'm being retarded. You take up room 1 to 4. Spencer, you're in room 4 because you don't like the odd numbers.
Yep, and we also slept in 2 because I don't like the odd numbers.
And you heard a tapping from room 5, and the woman you heard earlier, saw earlier, ran into room 6. Just to make everything clear, and you had just picked up the spray and found out that, oh shit, we're infected. it's most likely in the water.
We're in my room right now, or we or
You're in your room right now. I believe everyone else was. I don't know if they were in their own rooms or in one individual room. I know you guys have to meet the sheriff in like an hour or so, like roughly an hour. Like you scheduled to meet the sheriff in roughly an hour to go over the details of the case.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think the plan was is that we were gonna meet the sheriff in an hour, and then I think after that we were going to
I believe stock up on.
stock up on like supplies, and then also at the same time I think we were going to go to the reservoir. I think.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys were planning. Were you guys planning on talking with Jenny, his girlfriend?
Yes, we
if
were.
we could, yeah.
did Jordy tell us about the alien?
Thought I did.
Yeah, you did. You brought up you saw like what looked like an alien or something.
It was just standing there, menacingly. I mean, it was though. It was very menacing.
I remember we definitely talked about the alien because I looked out the window.
Check out.
Yeah, me
I
too.
remember.
Saw that kid again.
Yeah, you saw a kid staring at you when you looked out the window.
Yeah, and then Jack chased him down.
Oh yeah, that's because
Really chased
then,
him.
and then that's
Well, I ran outside and then
He was
that's when
gone.
we got the spray, and then we started spraying ourselves. Freaked out a little bit, and then I think that's when Spencer heard the tapping.
Yes, but it was like the tapping. It wasn't just like a constant tapping. It's like as soon as you started listening, the tapping stopped.
All right, so like it went away once I was like became aware of it
Yeah.
and tried to pay attention. So I can't like assume it's more code or anything like that. It's something that just stopped.
Yeah, but it was like in a way, you know, where you feel like someone's following behind you and trying to match your footsteps type way. Like, and you, like, you know what I mean? Where it's like as you were like shutting the door, moving around the room and stuff, you heard it as you were like being active in your room, and then you stopped what you were doing to listen, and then it kept going for like a few more taps that stopped.
I know that Jordy didn't hear it, but I mean, this is just more of like out of character. But was it like was there like a rhythm to it, like a Morse code, or was it just more like just continuous tapping?
It was
what I
it was
but-
consistent. It was just tap, 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 tap.
Just all right, so I'd say right now Spencer is already freaked out. He almost had a panic attack with the purple stuff being inside of him. He was like literally like getting redressed and just like chugging a bottle of water and trying to calm down when he heard this tapping. So this is like freaking him out even more. Let alone the fact that he was told we saw an alien last night, or that somebody saw an alien last night.
And you woke up in your own rooms after going.
And woke up in my own room. Yep. So at this point, he is, he's gonna draw his gun. He doesn't have it raised. He doesn't have it raised. He just has it drawn because he wants it in his hand. He's going to exit. Is everybody? Who's in room 3?
I thought we all came back into room 3.
No, I was just back in my own room.
No,
at
it
4.
was no. We all went. So we were all camping out in room 2. I'm pretty sure.
We were camping out.
Room 2 is Anna's room.
Right, and we
Uh,
were
room
in
1
Anna's
and
room.
room 3 is fucking. I have to remember your character's name. Fucking Robert's room, and room 1 is McCock's room.
Everybody else is currently in room 2. I'm the only one that has back in my own room.
Yes.
All right, so assuming I know this, he's got his gun drawn, but he's gonna go knock on room 2.
I enter the door. I see the gun. I like instinctively reach for mine. What's going on?
Room 5, there was a tapping.
What kind of tapping? What are you?
It was like a continuous tapping. I was in my room and it was just tapping, and then I tried to listen to it for a second and it went away. But there shouldn't be anybody in room 2 unless somebody snuck in there.
Are we
Well,
going
it was
to
room 5. It was in room 5.
room 5? Yeah.
Room
So-
5, yeah.
So
Are
not
we-
one of your guys' rooms. It's just
Yeah.
another room in the hotel.
Are we
I thought
gonna?
we did. But you said we bought that room, right? Or we just
No, you did not
No.
buy that room. This is just
I
the
thought
room
earlier you said we
next
were
to
rooms 1 through 5.
you. Room
We
1 to
just-
4. I have a test character up, and that's what I was seeing. Because I just
Got it.
counted you guys real quick. But yeah, you're only in rooms 1 through 4.
Are
Jack
you?
is gonna kind of push past him, walk over there, and he has his gun in the back of his like waistband, and he's just gonna knock on the door.
Before you knock on the door, make an alertness check for me.
First roll of the night,
Woohoo!
and it's a crit.
Oh, it is a crit.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you notice at like the bottom of the door, it looks like a towel has been shoved into the bottom of the door. And
Oh.
as you kind of go to knock, you place your like ear on the door
All right.
right before you knock, and you hear the same tapping. And you also you smell something that it just kind of stinks.
Sweet.
What kind of smell is it? Like rotten or
It smells rotten,
Oh.
and you only got that because the crit.
okay? He's gonna knock on the door with his ear to the door and like listen to see if that tapping stops or not.
As soon as you knock,
as he
the
goes to
tapping
knock,
stops.
I'm like pulling my gun. Wait, before you knock. Obviously,
As
it's
soon
too
as-
late, but
As soon as you knock, the tapping stops.
Okay, he's gonna step back from the door, just kind of like standing there, see if anyone for a minute.
You know you could go down. I just want to point out you do have FBI badges. You could easily go downstairs and ask for a key. I just want to make sure that's clear.
Yeah, I know. He's gonna wait
Okay.
there for a second though, and just see if
Okay.
anyone answers.
Okay. I thought you were just gonna be like, I'm gonna lean back and kick in the door. I'm like, okay. I mean,
Hey,
sure.
No.
I know. So
So
I was
do we
gonna
I
say-
mean, do we just talk through the door really fast? Like, shouldn't you call out and be like, hey, FBI?
Well, he's just-
no one comes to the door after you knock. You wait there for
Okay.
a few minutes, and there's no one coming to the door. You don't hear any.
Well-
Actually, make. Who's standing out in the hallway in front of this door? I know Macaque and Bradley are. Who else is?
yeah, I'm kind of off to the side.
Yeah, I mean, well, not right in front of the door, but Spence only came to get them because he was like, we need to check this door out, but he's not going to do it by himself.
So everyone else make a alertness roll. Well, everyone, as you're waiting for someone to come to the door.
Me as well.
97 over 20.
Should I make another one or?
Yeah, make another one.
Well, I didn't know if I. Okay.
Critical success, 44 under
Nice.
60.
Nice.
I was gonna say Jordy is definite. So she kind of like joins at the last second and sees everyone huddling around that door. But I feel like she's gonna watch that and see look down the hallway down to the like front desk area and see if she can like kind of like peek. What is it? Is it like a stairwell where you can look down and see the front desk area?
Yeah,
or
you can look down and see the front desk. If you like,
Okay.
you have to go a little bit down the stairs to see it, because there's
was
like
gonna
because the stairs come up and they're kind of parallel with the hallway that you're standing in, and there's just
Mhm.
like a big like a railing like that's opaque. You can't see through it. It's not like it's slated with like I'm forgetting all my carpentry terms. Like supports or anything. It's just kind of a half wall
Okay.
that you actually have to like step down the stairs a little bit to see at the bottom.
Okay, I see what you're talking about.
I was gonna. Okay, let's first.
Well, I wanted to see if there's anyone in the, like downstairs, like.
Well, I'm assuming you guys are still waiting, though.
There's the lady at the
I
front.
doubt you just walked past us as I
Well,
knocked on the door.
we're waiting to see. I think we're all right there. Let's see. What happened? What did we hear?
I'll tell Anna. The woman you saw at the front desk yesterday is still. She's at the front desk.
Okay.
And so as you two are focused on room number 5, Bradley notices in room number 6, the door kind of cracks open briefly, and their same woman you saw the other day looks out at you guys and then shuts the door quietly as soon as she realizes Bradley's staring directly at her.
Okay. Well, with that happening and no one answering, Jack is gonna say, "Hey, why don't you two go down and ask for a key for this room and see if you guys can find out who's supposed to be in this room?"
Which two?
You and Velez.
You mean
Or George.
Gendron?
Gendron, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
You
Code names here. You don't.
and Anna.
I'm gonna walk up like as he's saying this. I walk up, and like I kind of like conceal my gun a little bit, like I'm with my right hand, and with my left hand, so I don't release my firearm. I knock on door 6.
Okay. So it's you and I'm assuming it's you and McCock who are staying upstairs.
Well,
Yes.
like, yeah, like
Wow.
I knock before the other two walk away though.
Okay. You hear a woman's voice, a young woman's voice say, "Who is it?"
FBI, open up, please. Just have a few questions for you.
Let me look at something here. What would this be? Yeah, your persuade's high enough. I'll just let it work. She peeks open the door like just enough to stick her head out. I have a picture for you. That I will give you in a second. Well, she's there looking at you. She looks to be a young woman who's anywhere from 17 to early 20s.
You said it was an old lady that was looking at us through the door, right?
No, that was a young lady. Yeah,
Oh, okay, okay.
same woman.
Good evening, madam. How are you doing tonight?
Well, it's morning.
Or more? How are you doing this morning?
Good.
What are you doing in this town? You visiting somebody here?
Um. It's hard to explain.
Well, we got some time, so I'm just curious what's going on.
Well, first of all, what's your name?
My name is Jane.
Jane.
Um. You guys said you're FBI, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
And I show her my badge.
My name is Jane Allen.
Jane Allen. Okay.
You guys all recognize that name. That's the name of Billy Spivey's girlfriend.
What?
Yeah.
Do you
I have a picture if you want to see her.
do you
Yes,
live
please.
in
Oh.
this
It's
town, ma'am?
by the way, this is my favorite AI picture I've ever been able to generate. Like it looks like a photograph taken of like a '90s teenager sitting on the couch, doesn't it?
It really does.
That's why
Yeah.
it's my favorite. It's like it captured the aesthetic I wanted perfectly, and none have been able to do it since.
Wow, that's crazy. That looks so good.
I know, doesn't it? Like the lighting's bad. It's like not framed
That
properly,
grainy texture to it.
and it's a realistic expression. You know, your friend goes to take a picture of you, and you flip them off.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. It looks so good.
I've been so excited to show this photo because it's my favorite one.
It's great. I like it.
So you we were dating that Spivey fella, right? Billy Ray Spivey.
Yeah, I was dating Billy. I haven't seen him in a while though.
I've
Since
got
since he took off from town after what happened with his dad.
Was Billy acting strange in any way before then?
I mean, everything was fine, and we went out and we lost track of time because we were gone for a little bit, and then
Where did you
he
go?
dropped me off at home.
no. That's the night that you went to the reservoir, correct?
She like blushes a bit, and she's like, "Yeah."
What exactly were you guys doing down at the reservoir?
I mean, like,
It's all right, Jane. We're
Well-
not here. You're not in trouble. We're just there's a larger issue at hand, and we're just trying to figure out what's going on.
why doesn't everyone who's up here like engaged in this situation give me a quick little? Let's do a psychology roll.
Psychology?
Is it psychology? Fuck. Human int. Sorry.
I was gonna say. So I got
Yeah,
a 19, but it
Yeah,
would
not
have been.
psychotherapy, psychology. Sorry, human int, because I was thinking of Call of Cthulhu.
Well, that would have been a success. But I'll roll again, I guess.
Got a
Still a
success.
success.
I was gonna say once Jordy hears that the other two are talking with a young woman, and then and then as she grows closer and hears the name Jane Allen, she is gonna get a little bit more involved in the conversation. So I would say that she's probably standing like right near. She might even flash her badge to introduce herself really quick. I'll roll as well too. Might as well. Yay! 45 on human under 50. I
So
fucking succeeded for once.
Jordy and Jack notice, while the others are, in
Spencer did too.
conversation. Did Spencer?
Yep.
Yeah,
I got a
Spencer did
success.
too. You notice this whole conversation seems like she hasn't opened the door all the way. She's still just peeking her head out.
Why don't you what is it okay if we just step into your hotel room real quick so we can have this conversation maybe a little bit more privately?
Do you have to?
It'd make this whole process a lot easier and more comfortable. Yes.
Jane, I have another question. How old are you?
18.
Okay.
She
Why are you in this hotel?
Well, why don't we save the questions until we're.
Yeah, let's get inside.
Well,
Impatient
that's
bastard.
actually.
So
Oh, don't worry, we're
She-
getting inside.
Yeah, she opens the door. I mean, she's an 18-year-old girl. There's 4 FBI agents out here talking with her. She's incredibly intimidated. Like, I'm not making you roll for this stuff.
Um,
Before you speak, Anna, this was probably
no, you're good. You're good.
pertinent. Yeah. I take it you got. She opens the door and kind of like turns and heads deeper into the room. I take it all 4 of you head into the room.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I kind of like tighten my hand around my gun a little bit.
All 4 of you notice rather quickly that she is heavily pregnant.
Oh.
Like, about to burst heavily pregnant.
Oh.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Okay, now continue with what you were going to ask.
Sorry, that threw me for a loop a little bit.
Well, I
What
was
were you-
asking why she was here and not at her parents.
I think that kind of explains it.
Yeah.
So, Jane, I know that it's a little bit uncomfortable to talk about and think of, considering everything that's happened. But can you walk me through the entire date night that you and Billy Ray had that last night that you were out with him?
She says, yeah, it was pretty normal. We went out to the reservoir and, you know, then we did what, you know, and we lost track of time, and then he dropped me off at home and then went home himself, and then like a few days later he got into that fight with his dad and left town.
Now, did you happen to go swimming in the reservoir that night?
No.
Did you
I mean-
drink any water out of the reservoir? Dip your feet in anything?
I mean, everyone drinks water out of the reservoir. It's the town's reservoir. But like, no, we didn't go on the water. We stayed in the car.
What was the date that you guys went out there?
One second. What the fuck was that date? That was the date that before Billy Spivey had his disappearance, which was it was like 2 weeks ago.
So there's no way that she should be this far along.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
So
well,
Jane,
not even 2 weeks ago. This was more like
Jane, we see obviously you're expecting. How long have you been pregnant? How long until you are expected to give birth?
she's like this. She's like, you won't believe me. Yeah.
Try me.
Look, this all started happening right after Billy and I lost track of time, like 2 weeks ago, and oh, the reason it all just started happening, and the man in the room next to me, his name's Scott, and he said he was gonna help me get a doctor, and I haven't heard from him in a few days, and I'm really hungry. I've been scared to leave the room because I don't want anybody to see me like that. And she just starts going off and
At this
Okay,
point,
okay.
Jack
breaks
is gonna
down
head downstairs.
crying, and
I was gonna say, as she starts crying, Jordy is, in a surprising show of emotion. She's just going to, kind of like comfort her, like still having like that boundary of like, yes, like, just very gently like patting her on the back, saying like, I understand, this must be very I don't want to say scary. That's not the word I'm going for.
As she walks over and starts comforting her, Bradley just gets like this blank look in his eyes, goes over, grabs a pillow, walks over to Jane, puts a pillow up against her head, pulls his gun, and fires.
What?
You're just putting her down?
Yep. He's having a he had a flashback to his Vietnam, where it's, you don't mess with this stuff, like you put it down. Like this is very obvious to him that it is abnormal, and that like this is the exact thing that they are there to stop the spreading of. And if she has whatever creature this is that she's carrying, it's going to cause more problems.
So, who was all in the room when this happened?
Jack is downstairs at this point.
Jordy is very much in the room.
Yeah.
Jordy is
So
staring in absolute horror at this. Like, I would assume that like her blood just sprayed all over her face, and she's just standing there in like shell shock.
It was for.
What?
What was that, Jacob?
So that's what the pillow was for. The blood spray went back to the wall.
Right.
Didn't come toward you.
Well, I was imagining Jordy, like right next to her as it happened.
Sorry, this one caught me slightly off guard, so I had to bring up a sanity loss table real quick. All right. So,
like, this isn't the first time that Bradley's been in this situation, and like he's not afraid to.
Okay, so everyone who is in the room make a sanity roll, and then
critical success on my sanity roll.
I failed.
I am surprised you passed that, Jordy.
I know, me too.
So,
no, but she is definitely staring in abject horror at the very unexpectedness of this action.
So, Jordy, you take 1 sanity damage.
Fuck it, I do.
Spencer, you take 0.
I should get some sanity back. Like this just this made me morphing.
He's like, yes, it's dead.
My panic disorder is cured. I'm not freaking out about this stuff anymore.
Okay. So, I'm just going off a sanity table here, Garrett. I just want you to know. But this is the you kill someone.
Right. It's well, you can't say it's innocent though. Like it's obviously paranormal.
Yes, it is. But you just shot a crying teenage girl in the head.
She wasn't. She wasn't the paranormal thing. She just had it inside of her.
Yeah, like we could argue she's more of a victim than a monster.
I mean, yeah.
It's not like she's a cultist with a knife, like screaming unintelligible things. She's a crying teenage girl who has no idea what's going on with her. That's 1d8.
Oh boy.
What?
5.
Our leader's gonna fucking go insane while we're in the middle of this fucking operation. We're gonna be like the only guy who has any background in this shit.
Okay, let me double check Delta Green rules real quick.
What the fuck?
It had to be done.
I don't think you have to take a...
I'm
not sure it was the only way to deal with the situation. It was one way to deal with the situation.
It's the only way that Bradley knows how to take care of these situations, because he was always on the security / wet work teams for Delta Green.
I mean, I was gonna call someone and have her picked up. Like
I mean,
Spivey
they would have killed
was.
her anyways.
No, they didn't kill Spivey.
That is true.
Yeah.
Well, it's too late now.
Spivey's-
She's dead.
Spivey's not dead.
Well, his girlfriend is. What
That's for violence, by the way.
fuck are we going to cover this up?
So
Don't worry,
Anna
I'll get it.
and Anna, you get a check for violence.
Okay.
No, wait, is it pass? 1 second. Let me
Fast, you
check.
don't check it.
Yeah. Okay. So let me see. So.
No,
Yeah.
it says
Garrett's
you take
character goes
insanity loss
temporarily
without going
insane.
insane.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because you did take sanity loss.
Yes, I did. But I didn't go insane.
Let me.
Wait, didn't we also do? Oh wait, no. I think I passed those checks of
Yeah.
the helplessness.
No, we lost some sanity for
Okay,
helplessness.
so you go temporarily insane from that sanity loss, Garrett.
Sounds about right.
So you get 3 options. You can flee away from the situation. You can struggle against whatever is near you that you determine a threat, or you can kind of like go catatonic.
I feel like it's more of the flee option. Like he just like slowly walks out of the room and like goes back to his hotel room. I believe it's 3 is where he's at. And
He just
like
just left us here?
he just walks out of the room, walks into his, unlocks the door, goes in, shuts it.
Make a luck roll
And
for me
like
real quick.
he just like breaks down crying. A luck roll.
Yeah, that's just a D100, just flat D100.
Just a flat one D100. All right.
Ooh.
87.
Okay, so now we're gonna cut to Jack the Cock, who's going downstairs, who very clearly hears a single gunshot.
Well, that's what the pillow is for. It muffles it.
Yeah, it totally muffles the supersonic crack from your 9mm.
It's actually been proven that it does, there, buddy old pal.
Okay, but the luck roll determines that it wasn't perfect.
Oh, fuck you. Now you're just making shit up.
There was a
I'm
gap
not.
there. You had a solid air bubble right there.
Look, what you go downstairs. Jack McCock goes downstairs, and like the woman at the desk, like she hears it at the same time, and she's like, "What was that?" And looks to you, Jack.
He's going to just say, "Well, I need to get into room 5."
Did you hear that noise?
That over?
Yeah, that's why I need to get into room 5.
Oh my God! What do you think happened?
I'm not sure, but we were hearing something in room 5, and I want to go check it out.
Well,
Have you
real
heard of
quick-
anyone who checked in there? Have you heard from them?
Make
Recently?
a persuade for me.
while he's making that persuade, Spence up top after Dick walked out, just like quickly
That's a
closed the door to
success.
6. He shut the door to room 6.
Okay. You passed that, didn't you?
Yes.
Okay. She's like, yeah. Scott Adams had that room. Today's his checkout day. He was paid up for 3 days. I haven't seen him in a few days. Oh my God! I wonder what happened. I can get you. I should really talk with my boss, but
Just it's FBI matters at this point. Give me the key, please.
Oh, okay. She hands you a key to that room. So let's cut back to what's going on in the room where there is the body of a pregnant woman with a hole in her head and a slightly larger hole in the back of her head, a pillow over her face, and a woman holding her who has a bit of blood on her. and then a Spencer Peckerwood who just shut the door.
What the fuck? First of all,
Is this
I'm
ready?
still reeling over that decision that was just made. Just, point blank, no fucking qualms about it. Okay, whatever. Yeah, let's just go with that. Go with violence. Jordy's freaking out. I'm freaking out.
Can
I'm sorry, Anna.
Can I do like a
Anna didn't like that decision.
Can I do like a psychotherapy check on Anna to try and get her to calm down?
Yeah, why not?
Now, 'cause this could go terribly, just so we all know. I only have
You
a
can
10.
you can do human in. I mean, let me look at.
Oh, well, like I'm trying to calm her down.
Okay, yeah.
I assume human it
Oh,
would just be
Jesus.
like, oh, she's panicking,
she-
which I don't
she's
need to do
not-
right now.
She's panicking. She didn't have like a mental breakdown like
Okay.
Robert did.
She's
So
just-
you don't
she's
need
just
to do
upset.
like if
Okay.
if she had a mental breakdown, then yeah, psychotherapy would be more applicable. But human in would just be like, hey, I'm trying to calm her down,
All right, then we'll just do human.
or
in.
like persuade, either or.
I'm trying to get her to refocus on the task at hand right now because he's, like I said, I feel like he was taken aback, but this didn't like cause him to have any kind of like, he's not sure what the hell's going on, but like he knows that there's still a mission going on right now. And was listening to our talk, so we're before that. So not good. Failure. 60 over 50.
He goes over to sit next to you and immediately knocks the pillow off her face.
Just oops.
Well, whoops. Let's just put that back on. No. So
I was gonna say,
as the pillow just- Oh,
I didn't mean to do that, but also I think that we're gonna have to cut her stomach open. He just says that like that.
What? Where is this going?
Not calming you down at all. Just very matter of factly. I didn't mean to do that, but I think we're gonna have to cut her stomach open.
Good.
Well,
So-
okay, so Jordy is okay. So despite her upbringing of being trained by her father to be calm and cool and collected in situations that are dire and stressful, this is out of her scope. She was expecting like Russian soldiers, communism, all of that shit. She was not expecting pregnant teenage girls to be shot in the head, point blank, no warning.
But
No,
we don't
nothing.
know if she's not a Russian.
So, at this point, is Jack like back to the rooms, or
Yeah, you're upstairs, and you just see that room door shut. You hear some loud.
do I hear
talking
them
in
behind the
room.
door?
Yeah, you hear some loud talking. You don't hear any like specifics.
Okay, Jack's gonna open the door and just see everything and be like, "Shit."
With the
Make a quick
I was gonna
sanity
say
roll
that,
for
that
me,
woman
Jack.
wasn't trailing behind you, is
What?
she?
No,
Yeah.
you didn't. Did you bring that woman with you?
No.
Make a
No.
quick sanity roll, Jack.
I mean, I should pass this. Yeah, he's seen this type of shit before. He's
Okay.
an agent.
Because you weren't there to witness it, you would have got a lot less penalty if you failed.
Yeah, so he just goes, "Shit," and he just goes, and he sees Anna, and he looks over at Spencer and says, "Take her back over to your room."
So
I'll
one
handle
thing I
this.
do want to point out.
No. So Spence is going to be like, I think Spence is going to be like, I think that we need to be handling this situation right now. We don't know what's inside of her.
Okay,
I do want to point out real quick, just all of your characters will be aware of this. You are now sitting in a room that you've put your fingerprints on, that you may have some DNA evidence in from your hair. Did they have DNA evidence in 95?
Yes,
I believe so, but I don't think it's like any.
it's not great, but yes,
It wasn't very advanced. Like,
Okay.
And
so
even-
that's less
even
than a
with-
year.
easily covered up.
even with the whole fingerprints, like,
You can wipe that shit down. Like,
But yes, I'm pointing
I
out
get it.
you guys have fingerprints on the room. You're in a room in a hotel in the middle of town with a dead pregnant woman sitting on the bed with a hole in her head.
Well,
okay,
yes, I know that.
okay. So
Okay.
this is. Can you stop? I'm trying to put my input in, and I keep getting interrupted. Ah.
Well, if you can't do it quick enough in this kind of situation, we're not gonna listen to you anyways.
Go,
Okay,
Anna.
well,
Talk.
This is what I'm trying to say.
We don't have
What
all
if
day,
we-
Anna. Go.
I'm trying. What if we stage it to where, because we're trying to make this into like a drug related incident where it's a drug, like a drug dealer.
We get it, but first I have a thing. First,
So I'm saying if your thing doesn't work, this is my idea. Druggy shit happened. Maybe she was a part of it, and we just have to plant something. I don't know.
If you want to try and make the scene look like it was some like drug deal gone wrong or something, you can do that. That's just gonna take some criminology rolls. It'll probably be multi-part, just because the necessity of the scene, and you'll have to tell me
so
how you want
Jack-
to do it. But that's a possibility.
Jack is gonna say, "Just get out of the room for now," and then he's gonna go over to room 5 and open it up.
Okay.
I don't know. Again, I don't know why
With
Reed
his
listened
gun
to.
in his hand, and say, "Put her in the room with Dick."
I definitely don't think we should put her in the room with Dick right now.
All
I
right,
think
then
I think you're trying to go too fast.
bring
Right,
her
like,
with
we
us.
have, like, we need to know what's happening in room 5, sure, but like I don't think this is the time. I think
Well-
we can go back to room 5. I think we got to figure out what's going on with Dick because he just left the room after shooting this girl in the head, not telling us anything. And
Well, Jack thinks he has to do this now because the girl downstairs is expecting him to go into room 5 now. And he knows what he already told her. So he wants to go into room 5 now.
I actually agree
Okay.
with him. It makes sense. Like he has to act like everything's normal, like nothing weird has happened.
Okay.
So that's just his training. He's a field agent. He's got to get this done. So he's
Oh.
going to go and open room 5.
Who else is with him as he opens room 5?
Not Jordy. She's fucked. Okay, she's fucked in the head a little bit.
So they just leave her in that room.
I take it she went to her room probably to shower, if I had to guess. Well, I don't know if you want to shower in the town's water.
are you
Not
leaving to go?
shower in the town's water.
Are you leaving
But
to
she
go to
has,
your room,
she
Anna?
has
No.
to wipe out the blood off of her face or whatever. Somehow.
Or if Anna is leaving the room, then Reed will accompany. For now, we'll just follow in behind. We'll shut the room to 6, and then he's going to go with Jack and then check in what's in room
Jack-
5 and give him back
Jack
up.
has his gun also drawn.
Yeah, Spencer will draw his gun and be behind him.
And he's going to slowly open the door and kind of peek in.
Okay, by the way, I did forget to mention, you did recognize the name Scott Adams from the one magazine thing you saw in the restaurant that said "Watch the Skies" by Scott Adams. You did recognize that name.
Gotcha. Oh, yeah. Okay.
So I can just want to make sure I'm getting this all correct.
Oh.
So,
Is there any kind of roll you want me to make with me peeking in?
Stealth.
no, the room smells like there's a dead body in there, and it is pitch black.
All right. He flips on the light.
Light switch. You flip it, no lights come on. You do
Do
have a
we have-
flashlight on your person, like you
Yeah, I
have.
was gonna
Okay.
say with flashlights
He's
on the
going to take
person.
out the flashlight, open the door fully, so also the hallway shining light in there.
Yeah. So The room is in a weird disarray. You see clothes folded neatly on the table, while others are like thrown in a corner. You see junk food containers all over the floor. Um, on a bed with no sheets or blankets, you see a Mac PowerBook plugged into the wall. In the windows are all covered with blankets, and the all the light bulbs you can see like the lamps knocked over. There's no light bulbs in the light fixtures. All that's been removed. And
Okay.
are you taking a step in?
Yeah.
You take a step in, and off to the side, you see a man's body in a bathtub full of bloody water, and it looks like he's been there for at least a day.
Okay.
Can we see any immediate signs of why he's dead on the water?
Is it like his wrists are cut at
Yeah,
all?
his okay. So are you taking a look at the body?
Yes.
Okay. So, um, he's got black hair, a bushy beard. He's still wearing clothes, which is weird. He's wearing boxers and a t-shirt.
Okay.
And
Could be suicide.
you see his wrists are slashed,
Could be, but why clothes?
and you notice there's a weird bulge on the top of his head,
What?
like that's like 3 inches in diameter.
You said all the lights were taken out of this room?
There,
But
yeah,
there's no-
all the light bulbs have been taken out of every light fixture.
And all the windows are covered with blankets and shit.
Yes, and there was a towel underneath the door, and
Just
he's
trying to
dead
keep
in the
thinking of it.
bathtub with his wrist slit, and there's a large bump on his head about 3 inches in diameter.
Do we see what possibly slit the wrists?
You see like a shaving razor, like a bloody shaving razor.
Right. You said there's a MacBook on the bed?
Take the MacBook.
Yes, there's a MacBook on the bed.
All right. I Do we have anybody that has computer science in our group?
Me.
Yeah.
All right. So
She's
we'll take that to give it back to her. Give it to her in a second. Have her hack.
Now, here is my question. Is there any way we can make it look like he was involved
There's no fucking way.
with her death or she
He's-
was involved with his?
I mean, you can do a lot with some criminology rules and like some careful thought. Just think about how you guys want to do that.
Okay, yeah.
The only immediate concern is the time of death. I mean, obviously he's been
Yeah.
dead sooner than she is. I mean, it'd be easy to try and make it look like he felt guilt after shooting her in the head and then committed suicide, but
I was
anybody
even
would
thinking
refute
the
evidence.
reverse. I was even thinking the reverse.
No, because it looks like he committed suicide.
Yeah, and how did a pregnant 18-year-old, who I imagine looks like she's probably like 100 pounds tops, put this man in the bathtub and slit his wrists?
Also true.
So,
Or even just have her like have a like herself be a suicide, like 2 suicides.
Also,
Not what
going to be really, really hard to pull, saying that somebody pulled the trigger on themselves on the forehead.
Yeah, true.
I mean,
The temple, yes, but the forehead is a very that's an awkward shooting angle, especially especially with a hole in the pillow. Like, how did she hold up the pillow?
well, you could.
Yeah.
You
don't
get
have
rid of the
to-
pillow.
That's possible, and it would just take some criminology rules to set up the scene, and you'd have to obviously plant the gun and
Number one-
everything else like that,
Additionally, the other
and put
thing is that
fingerprints and everything on it. It would, and then you'd have
what
to take care
gun
of her
did he
room.
use? Did he use like the one we were
I believe it's the one we were issued.
Issued?
Yes.
The other issue is before we even cover it up, however, is the reason he went and shot her to begin with is because he considered her paranormal right away and needed to be disposed of.
Yeah.
But you can't fake a time of death. She is hella fresh, and he is dead.
Yeah,
He's been marinating.
but she's also still potential evidence for us, regardless of the fact that she just got shot unceremoniously. Like, we need to potentially want to know what's in her belly, and we can't just let her body be discovered and possibly opened up by somebody else who's going to perform an autopsy. If anything, we need to get rid of her
Well,
body
So
and
basically
move it
what
out
They
we're
of
saying is
won't
that we need to-
necessarily do an autopsy at every death for like that's not something they do at every single death.
Yeah, it is.
They do for homicides.
Even in the 90s, I figured
Yeah.
if it's
Yeah.
like a clear
Yeah.
suicide, they might not do an autopsy.
Nope. All deaths, no matter what, are autopsied. Have
If
been
it
for a
didn't
very long
look
time.
like a
And why the
natural
fuck wasn't
death,
Justice Scalia body given an autopsy? Specifically, I remember it wasn't.
Well, let's think
Who?
about this, Zach.
government cover. But also, like, I would assume she's going to get, I mean, you said she looks clearly pregnant and ready to burst. They're not just going to be like, oh, yeah, that's a suicide, and don't worry about the baby's body. They're going to want to dig into it.
dig into it.
yeah.
They're going to want to know what happened. Or is there a baby body here?
Okay, let's
Possibly.
let's worry about that here in a moment. So right now, you two like you grab the MacBook, but you still see this body in the tub with a weird bulge on the head.
All right.
I don't have him. Nobody in our group has medicine check, do they? Or surgery.
No.
First, he's going to bring a light from one of the other rooms, like a lamp, and bring it into that room and turn it on.
I mean, you have flashlights.
Yeah.
You still
But
want to just
he-
bring a random lamp in?
No, I guess not.
I was gonna
But
say the
he's
light
going
bulbs
to-
are in the room too. You could just put.
Yeah,
a
we
light
could have
bulb
just
back
taken
in
a
the
light
room.
bulb.
That's true. Okay, we'll do that. And then he's going to cut open his forehead after putting on some gloves.
What are we doing here? We're just cutting into random people's shit.
Yes,
Investigating.
This is Delta Green.
Yeah,
We're
investigating.
This is okay. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm getting a little heated because we are trying to cover this shit up, and we are so
Don't worry about that.
blatantly disregarding
Don't-
all of that whole
Well,
thing. We're just
well,
like,
well, no,
let's
because-
cut into 'em.
No, because like think about it. Like we have to investigate it, what's causing it, as well as get rid of the threat. If we don't know what we're facing, we can't get rid of the threat.
Yes. So, anyways, Jack is gonna cut open his forehead.
Okay, we're just diving
Yeah,
right in.
1 second.
Yeah, I'm shining the flashlight for him towards the forehead.
He is wearing gloves.
I just think of this as like a realistic.
It's
You
not
saw little-
realistic.
you
There's
saw little-
aliens.
You saw a little gray man.
We
Anna
don't want to hear
Gendron.
from you. Yeah, Anna Gendron.
Agent Anna Gendron.
I'm trying to play the game.
We're also
I'm
playing the
trying to
game.
role play.
Listen.
Damn it!
We're role playing right now. We're rolling with it. Listen, I did not choose to see the pregnant girl shot in the face, but that's what happened, and we gotta go with it now.
And that's
Decisions
like-
were made.
And that's legitimately what I thought that Dick Bradley would do. Like I said, he was a wet works operative. Like going in and
And
putting
again-
down the threats is
Okay.
Jack
what
is
he
a
does.
skilled agent. He's
Let's-
just going to do what he thinks is best.
Let's
this
play
shit
this
up
out.
now.
Let's play this out. So, you do you have like a knife in hand or just like a pocket
Oh
knife?
god.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah,
would
but it's
say he
scalpel
probably
tools,
has
it's
like,
not to
And Spencer, you're right there next to him, right?
and
Yeah,
he does
and
have
it's-
like gloves.
I'm shining the flashlight on it, paying attention to what's going to happen here.
All right. As you get closer with the knife, the thing moves.
Okay, he backs
Oh.
up.
And let me see here. Yeah, it not only moves, but it like disconnects from Scott Adams
What?
Oh fuck!
Oh boy.
and like jumps towards you. First thing we're gonna do is make a sanity roll for both of you.
What the fuck?
It's the Anna fucking aliens. Oh no.
I thought when you said it's gonna move, I thought it was gonna be like an actual like alien
I critically failed.
from the movie Aliens, where no, sorry, like The Thing, where it just bursts out of somebody.
See, that's why I killed the fucking teenager. I was like, shit.
Oh, you critically failed?
Yes.
I think we just need to nuke this place.
Oh, that's
I think that's on the board because
Alright.
I don't know who the fuck else we deal with this town right now.
Computer just
Okay.
died.
So Spencer, you take 1 sanity damage.
I feel like at this point, by the way, pure like character flavor, you can decide how to roll into it. But Spence has like a body sensitivity thing. The purple shit glowing on him was already enough to like set him off a little bit. Now watching something detached from somebody else's body has got him in a slight panic disorder.
Let's deal with that because right now this is all in the moment. I feel
Right.
like that wouldn't hit till after when you start like thinking about it.
Yep.
Because right now you're
What
just
am I
reacting.
rolling?
Oh, you
A
don't
D8?
roll a lot of critical fail.
Oh,
You just take max damage.
which is?
5.
Oh, okay. That's not that bad.
No, it is because what do you want to do? Your fight or flight kicked in.
Fight?
Jesus fucking Christ.
You need to take 5 damage.
No, not health points. Sanity.
Oh.
Yeah, he's not taking health damage.
You get out of here. You're not even paying attention.
But sorry, my shit died.
Okay.
All right.
So you're fighting?
This isn't
Yeah.
unnatural, by the way, so you don't get anything for it. You can never be immune to unnatural. Okay, so you have a pocket knife. Let me see what its dex is.
Would it be unarmed combat?
I think it'd be melee weapons.
Yeah, because you have a knife.
But if you just want to choose to try and
Punch it instead. I mean, I guess you have one
yeah,
free hand.
like you have like yeah. I
I'm
don't
much
know if-
better at that, so.
Let me see your guys' dex. Okay, so we'll do a bit of rollsies here because you both have the same deck.
Me and
No,
Jack?
no, Jack
The
and
ale.
me.
Got it.
Okay, so I rolled bad. So
Do we roll dex?
no, just do a D100. We're just doing a rollsy to see who rolls better.
Uh,
You roll better. Okay. So it's kind of like jumped at you. It's not on you, but it's kind of like just jumping at you.
okay. Can I just like smack it down?
Yeah, make a melee.
Are you fucking kidding me? How is it a critical failure?
Because you rolled an 88. That's a crit fail. You're above it's double digit over your target.
Yeah, it's basically double digits above is fail, double digits below.
Oh.
is pass.
Well, fuck.
I'm just double checking Delta Green rules.
Also, like 75% of our rolls, it feels like today have been crits.
Yeah, you're just not hitting the right ones at this moment.
No, but like
Okay, so you go to slap and you just smack Spencer clean across the face.
great.
So roll unarmed damage.
Where is that?
Let me see real quick.
Equipment. Okay, there it is.
It's 1d4 minus 1.
Damn. Sorry, Jacob. That's a 3.
Oh, -1. Oh, no, it already rolled. Sorry, my bad.
Why do I have
Ouch.
10 out of 11 hit points right now?
No idea. You should be full hit points.
Not anymore.
Yeah, so you just get clocked in the face by Jack McCock.
All right, great. Spencer, but fucking hell, Jack. Do you know how to aim?
And now it's the little blobule of Proto Matter's turn.
Well, he did just have this weird creature jump at him and lost some sanity, so he's just flailing about.
I can see it. Fucking wailing on Spence.
So it's attempting to give you the old how's your father? So it like lands because it's a whole you're in a hotel bathroom. It's not big. It lands on the wall directly behind you. And that's when you hear a splash come from the tub as a second one pops out.
What?
Fuck.
Yeah.
This guy was a ghost.
We'll have this one fly for Spencer. And this one like misses and hits the wall near you. So now it's your turn, Spencer. You do have the flashlight. You can try and smack it with the flashlight.
Yeah, he's gonna try and smack it with the flashlight.
Okay, so make a melee attack.
17
Nice.
below 30.
Nice. 1d4.
Two.
Yeah, you hit the one next to you, and there you are. Now we'll go to the top of the order, and it is Jack's turn.
Okay. Can I shine the light onto it?
I mean, what, you want to see what it looks like?
No, I mean, well, we did get the light bulb, right? Is that light on then?
I mean, you were shining light on them when you were looking in the tub,
Yeah.
and they don't seem to be
Okay.
affected by light.
I thought about that too, but yeah, we were already doing it. It didn't do anything.
Okay. Then I am just going to. Can I? I mean, I can't really. Is there a way where I could just like grab Spence and then pull him out of the?
No, you
out
are
of the
in
room?
flight or fight mode. You are going to fight until it dies or
I
you
kill
die.
it.
Yeah, you're not.
You,
Alright.
you don't have control over your actions. It's just straight up fighting
Okay.
for you.
Then I'm gonna pull my gun and try and shoot it.
And I started blasting. This is turning into a shit
Holy
show.
fuck, this is yes. These shots are like you thought that me shooting that girl was bad. This is gonna bring so much fucking attention.
So I'll let you
Yep.
pull your gun, but not shoot it in the same turn.
Yeah, it's typically
Alright.
one in the pull.
You still have the pocket knife in your hand.
Okay, well, yeah, I guess I could try that, but alright, I guess I'll try and
Or, I
stab
mean,
it.
it's at the wall next to you. You can try and stab it. You can try and punch it.
Oh my god.
Fail. I mean, it's a 30%, so
You stab the wall next to it. It moves just out of the way. Now it's going to try and get you.
I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna
it critically failed.
Of course it did. You guys are lucky I can't roll for shit.
Well,
Yeah.
Well, I can't either.
it's really just the system. I think the system just fucking hates us. These dice are loaded.
Yeah.
So it like attempts to like jump at you again, and it like smacks like it just like jumps into your knife for some reason.
Nice.
Like you were trying to stab it and it tried to jump at you and hit your knife at the same time. Like you would have missed if it wasn't for that. So I'll let you roll knife damage.
I don't have that on my thing. I only have unarmed. And
Oh,
my
I
pistol.
can give that to you 1 second. That would be 1d4.
All right.
Hey, did Foundry go down for anybody else?
No, mine's still
No,
up.
it's still
Fuck me.
Oh my
one.
god, we're not going well.
No, this isn't going well.
I told you,
fun
it's a
for
shit
me.
show.
Now the one that Jacob smacked with the flashlight's go try and hit him. It doesn't.
All right, is that my turn then?
Yeah, now it's your turn.
Do I have a clear exit out of this bathroom?
Yeah, I mean you can leave the bathroom if you want to abandon.
Right now, Spence is going to make the attempt to get completely out of the room. Like he's going to get as close to exiting the hotel room as possible right now.
Yeah, I mean you get near you get like almost to the door. You're like
Right.
halfway. You're like halfway through the room.
Got it.
Yeah. Sorry.
So back to
Jack.
me.
Back to you.
All right.
Sorry, Jack.
I'm gonna throw the one that's on my knife currently against the wall. Would that be like unarmed?
Yeah, we'll do unarmed. You're just trying to swat it.
All right. 44. That's a
Nice.
critical success.
There we go.
Let me double check crits on fucking Delta Grade rules. No, critical hits deal double damage. Okay, so roll 1d4.
Is that a 1?
Yeah, he rolled a 1, so it'd be 1 damage on the crit.
That's such bullshit. Whatever.
I mean, it's double minus
is it-
1.
Why
So
is
you
it
rolled
a
1.
D4 minus 1? I don't understand that.
Yeah, why is it a D4 minus 1?
Because you can't have a D3. Let's just a dick about it.
Dude.
So yeah, you do 1 damage to it.
Whatever.
So now it tries to get you. It misses. The other one tries to get you, and it misses because I can't roll like below 50 for some reason. So now it's to Spencer. Are you just fleeing the room?
Yeah, Spencer's going to go try and knock on. He's probably going to go for Nick's room.
Okay, yeah, that's the room closest to you. You it's
Is it?
light. You can make it and knock on his door.
All right, he's going to. Actually, I wouldn't say he even knocks. Like he's going to just try and push the door open and call out to Dick and say, "We have a situation."
That snaps you out of what you heard, Dick, but it's gonna you're obviously now included into the initiative order. But it'll take you a second to get to that room.
All right. So back to me, I'm guessing.
Back to you.
Try and step on the one. Cool. Fail.
You go to stomp your foot, it moves out of the way.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, Mr. GM, while we're doing this, will you try resending me a new link for Foundry?
What, the link you have isn't working?
No. Like, I've been having some connection issues for the last several weeks, But this time it just completely
Are
booted
you
me.
rocking a VPN?
Probably.
I don't know if that would cause any issues.
It did apparently. Fucking retarded shit. Not liking VPNs.
It works perfect now.
Yep, I am back in. You can always unpause the session while we're playing though. That'd be great.
I always forget to do that. Is it on pause right now?
Yeah. No, yeah, it's paused now. Just hit spacebar once.
Unpaused?
Yep, unpaused.
Yeah. Okay. So after you go to stomp on this one, it like part of it like jabs out at you, and it like goes through your shoe and hits your foot. And let's see how much damage it does. Ow, that hurts.
Ah,
It burns like hell. Like it's like almost acidic and burns into your foot. Now it's the other one's turn. It's gonna try and jump on your back. Again, in like the chaos of this going on, it misses and lands on the floor in front of you. Now it is Dick's turn. I take it you're heading towards the door and opening your door.
Yes.
Or just like your door's open, you're heading. Okay, you make it out of your room into the hallway. Now it's Spencer's turn. Are you heading back into the room, or are you going to get?
No, he's immediately heading back to the room. I don't think he feels like he could only grab somebody to get them some more backup, and he wasn't sure that like he went to the person that he knows has the most combat experience, even though he.
Yeah, you see like obvious like he's obviously been crying. His eyes are puffy. See like tear streaks going down his cheeks.
So you make it back. You make it, Spencer. You make it back into the room, like to the halfway point of the room, and you see him there in the bathroom fighting for his life.
Can I see any of
Jack's
them?
gonna go.
They're kind of in front of him, so they're out of sight from you right now.
Jack's gonna go fuck and kick the one.
Nice.
There we
There you
go.
go.
Kicking does different damage, if I remember right.
Wouldn't be unarmed.
Well, it's still unarmed, but it does more damage. I'm going to give you the damage it says for like a steel toe boot because you're not bare hands and feet. You're wearing like shoes or boots. I don't know, but I'll give you that damage.
I would say boot.
Okay. So 1d4.
There we go. 3 damage.
Okay.
at
So
least-
that one has taken a total of
5, at least.
6,
Oh,
and the
Yeah,
other
what
one
is-
has taken 2.
I know, damn. These little fuckers are durable.
Speaking of the little fuckers, it tries to go at your feet again. You like narrowly avoid it as you like pull your foot back and reflex, and the other one jumps at you as well. And this one like misses, and now Spencer can see it because it jumped back on the wall behind him.
Do I feel like I have the chance to run over there and like kick at it or like stomp
Yeah,
at it?
I'll let you go do like a run and fucking kick at it.
Yeah, he's gonna do that. Crit success, 55 under 60.
Nice.
Okay, so roll 1d4. You guys could really use a 4. I mean, not that way, I guess.
I mean, that's 4 still.
Oh, you rolled the wrong damage. Just one flat d4 for
Oh.
for like steel toe boots. And literally
Still
the same
4.
roll. So yeah, you do 4 damage. Now they've both taken 6 damage.
Just literally just stomp this thing to the wall with a flying kick. still holding the flashlight in my hand, lights just waving wildly around.
Okay, now you I take it you're heading into the room, Garrett.
Yeah.
You make it to the halfway point in the room, so you can see Spencer just did a flying judo kick into the wall against like this little white blob that's like the size of a golf ball.
I can just imagine we're just trying to stop these things out.
Dick is just like, what the fuck are you guys doing?
Yeah, pretty much.
So
Like, are we
I'm
playing
just gonna
games now,
try
or-
and stomp on it again.
Okay.
Of
It
course.
dodges out of the way again because you guys can't roll for shit.
Hey, I got a crit.
You did.
Ow. Why do I roll so many fucking 80s?
It jumps at you, and yeah, it misses.
Bathrooms are not the place to fight.
Fucking Benny Hill music's gonna
Worse.
will play during this scene. Okay, and now the one that fucking Spencer
No, I
kicked
just
is gonna
hear
try and
his
get him.
Black Betty.
Hey, okay.
And the lady downstairs just hears fuck and kicking and punching. And...
This single-handedly has to be one of the worst combats ever.
Look,
This is.
and the other one
So far-
misses. And now it's fucking Garrett's turn. So are you just gonna go in and start swinging on these things too?
Yeah, I thought I had a knife, but apparently it's not in my weapons.
I didn't stay ahead of him in the initiative.
Um,
No, he. Sure, you can stay ahead of him in the initiative. So we'll go ahead, Spencer. I take it you're gonna try and kick it again.
Yeah.
Just another
Is it-
judo kick. You sounded like Bruce Lee while you do it too, like. "Wah."
No, he's not doing that. He's just like, what the fuck are these things? I'm kicking at them. No, failure. 65 over 60.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you miss. If it was a critical fail, it's gonna have you fall in the bathtub.
Oh,
Oh,
Avoided that.
You were one away from it too. So now it is Garrett's turn.
yes, I'm looking at my stat sheet trying to find my unarmed attack.
should be
Unarmed combat.
uh,
There we go. Fucking 89 over 60. What is this bullshit?
What the hell did I bring you in here for?
all right.
You
well,
go in and you just punch the wall next to it.
oh my gosh.
This
This
fight's
is
gonna last forever. There we go.
24.
Okay, 1d4. Come on.
Let's stomp this bitch out already.
I swear for
There we go.
4.
Okay, you stomp the one and it just kind of like doesn't dissolve completely, but kind of just dissolves a little bit and is clearly not moving anymore.
It just goes
Got that fucker.
one down, one to go.
I forgot to make you roll sanity check, Garrett.
Fuck, I don't wanna. That's 53 under 54.
Oh,
So that's 1 damage.
Fuck.
Okay, now it's the other little fucking golf ball of doom's turn. Oh, it misses.
Really?
Wow.
Now, these things aren't meant to be this tough. You guys just made this fight as hard as possible with every step you made. So now it's your turn, Spencer.
I'm gonna kick at the one that's still moving.
Okay. And
Fucking hell.
now it's your turn, Dick Bradley.
All right, I'm gonna kick at that little fucker.
oh, I
55 under 60.
Okay,
Critical
roll a
success.
d4. Roll a d4.
I'm crying. This is awesome.
3 on the crit.
Nice. That's sick.
Okay, it dies.
Yes.
So I want to explain the scene. It was like you two trying to fight mice in a bathroom, and then you added another person. Like, this whole thing, like, it's freaky, but it's also like there's a dead, rotten body next to you, and you're trying to fight these tiny little golf balls that are there.
I'd rather fight the alien at this point.
Holy
Okay.
shit.
So, Spencer,
How do
you
you
wanted
even
to roll a
explain that?
sanity check.
We're just gonna blow the building up. I'm done.
Yeah, roll sanity check, Spencer.
All right, game ended. We're just nuking it.
Nuke the
Everybody's
city.
compromised. Everybody's compromised. Turn it into the
75
next
over
Western City.
Bring in the wet work team.
So we'll just say you take 1 sanity damage. This is just you. Everything is way out of your comfort zone here.
Yeah. The body
And
shit is very
you can
uncomfortable.
play it how you want, but it's like affecting you. There's like some weird body horror shit that's going on that you're not okay with. So let's set the scene real quick. Anna's character is wiping the blood off her face and just heard some mumbling of fuck and some loud noises coming from down the hallway.
Yep.
Spencer got slapped in the face, Jacob's character.
He's disoriented, and he immediately, as soon as this was done, just realized what the fuck was going on and just thought about everything. It all hit him at once. He immediately just went to the toilet and vomited heavily.
Your own toilet or the one with the dead body?
The one with the dead body. He hasn't left that room.
Perfect. You have 2 corpses. Jack, your foot, this thing like burned through your boot and got your foot fucking back.
Yeah, so can... No one has medicine, do they?
I do not.
No. I have some
Man, you
first.
can look at your foot. It
I
just,
have some first aid. I'll roll for you. See if I can do anything at all. And that's 75 over 10. So
I also helped you, tried to help you, and it was a crit fail. So
it's a Joe heal where you actually hurt them more than healing them.
Nope, I didn't help myself at all.
let me double check the rules on first aid real quick.
Yeah, is first aid even the right thing, or...
I think it would be at least right here.
Yeah, I
Like
was just
we're
thinking
trying to
like just like
stop one.
trying to bandage it or some shit.
You guys just tried to
Considering I was just listening to Get in the Trunk today.
Spencer just tried to bandage it through my boot. He just tried to wrap gauze around my boot.
Hey, we don't talk about other podcasts around here, sir.
Stabilization.
And
It's
by
funny that I
that,
learned how it works today.
I definitely rewatched the Ann Arbor show, and it was as great as it was live.
Did you see
Oh
us?
God! So
No, you can't see us at all.
Oh, damn it. That's what I figured.
Okay, so hey Spencer, roll a d4.
All right. Sorry, I tried to help. 2.
So you take another 2 damage as Spencer tries to remove
Shit.
your boot, and you realize 2 of your toes did not come out with the boot. Well,
Oh my
come out.
God.
You lost your pinky toe and his friend.
Great.
What the fuck?
I don't think that was supposed to happen.
Yeah, alright, let's
That's-
call in our
I was-
handler. Alright, this
I
sounds
returned
compromised.
to vomiting in the toilet after that.
Okay, so what time do you guys want to call it? You guys want to go for another half hour?
Probably now.
You want to call it now?
I mean,
I
it's
have a long day
not,
tomorrow.
and it's not a bad place to end it, realistically.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you guys had an interesting morning. I wasn't expecting all this to happen. And you guys have plenty of time to think about 2 corpses, 2 missing toes.
This may
Right.
be the worst Delta Green session that has ever been played.
It
Oh,
was
man.
funny though.
It was a hot fucking mess. Anna
I
is
like the
definitely
session.
Anna is definitely overplaying with all of us.
Overplaying?
Yes.
Yeah, you're right. Absolutely.
She got it heated, and we're just like, nah, we're just fucking around, whatever.
Oh,
I'm
but-
taking it too seriously.
no, to
That's
be
all.
wait. To be fair though,
Seriously?
I really was playing Robert Bradley.
No, and that I completely understand. I was trying to play Jordy as much as I could, but
And I was,
it just kept getting worse. And I was like, yeah, but there is no salvaging this.
I
I
feel
was
like you
playing
should have
Jack
given.
as best as I could too, because again, I went downstairs, got a key, and said, I need to go check on this room. I gotta go check on that room. I can't just be like, well, let me take 30 minutes.
We can. We're the FBI. We can do whatever the fuck we want.
Yeah, but I can't take 2 days.
It doesn't need to
So-
take 2 days. I just
so-
don't know that we need to walk right in the room.
Now you guys got a lot to think about.
I like
you
the
didn't
way
even search. You didn't even
it was.
search Jane's room. You just headed straight into the next one and left her body in there.
I know. Well, we gotta go back in there, so I assume we closed it.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you were smart and wrapped her in the shower curtain or something.
No, I think she's just laying there with their. I don't know. Was she on a bed or when you? I don't know where she was standing when you shot her in the head.
I imagine I imagine that her and Jordy were on the end of the bed, and
Right.
Jordy was
That's
playing with her hair and going, it's okay, trying to soothe her. And I just walk up, and as Jordy's hand drops, just put the fucking pillow up, put the gun up, and pull the trigger.
I already got an idea what we can do with her. We
Well,
gotta take her
again-
body out of the building.
How?
Listen, they're just gonna find dried blood. They're not gonna know how old it is.
Mm.
It's not like everybody's around right now. But the
We
problem
take
is
her
we're all
down the
looking
fire
left.
escape, throw her in the van.
Look, the sheriff is just gonna show up, take one look around, and go, we sure do keep a
It's
clean
clean.
town.
Yeah, exactly. We just plant
Well-
some drugs around.
This is very unusual because we keep a very clean community around here.
Right. It's a very clean community.
But we do need to get her body. We need to know potentially what's inside of her.
Yeah, I
to know
think.
the risk.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be one of the first things that we have to do
Wait,
next
wait.
session. Is
We wrap her body in the shower curtain, take it out to the woods.
Who are we?
Or no, we take it out to the reservoir.
We are Delta Green members, Jordy.
Yeah, we're not actual cops.
We're monsters at this point.
We're trying to keep the monsters from killing the rest of the people, Anna.
Did you listen to Get in the Trunk, Anna?
I'm trying to look at how much
We are
sanity
right
damage you take for
to
carving up
the
a pregnant
ninth
woman.
degree at this point.
Roger Comstone is the best.
I'm
He's our
trying
role
to-
model.
I'm trying
The
to
ninth
figure
degree.
out this.
The only batshit crazy thing that even remotely we have to be like, well, that was probably not sure if that was the right move or not. Was shooting the teenage girl in the head. Everything else has just been us being bad at our jobs.
I'm sorry, but we're fucked.
We started out so well.
We started off really good.
Everything
I
was
like,
going
okay, I
so
think I
good.
got a plan. And then
We
as soon
did
as
start
she
out
got
so
shot in
well.
the head, I was like, yeah, okay. All right.
Yep. Nothing has gone right since we've gotten here. All we've done is ingest contaminated food. Been moved to our beds by forces that are like, hey, we can do whatever the fuck we want to while an alien was watching us. I'm now this.
I do like how I'm like, hey, here's a character. It's my favorite photo I generated. And Garrett's like, I'm going to pop her in the head.
We're done with that one.
GM to GM. I feel that on a personal level, Zach. Oh fuck.
Now we know Raphael's gonna take some form of meta revenge in our next
He's like, oh, Garrett, do you like this character that you just brought in to tell us these things? He's dead.
I mean, maybe he'll just try to kill Irina. Tune in next week and find out.
I'm not gonna lie, this was one of my favorite sessions so far.
That's
got
because
so
you're
far off the rails.
That's because you're a sociopath, Nick.
So,
All right, with
your
that,
point?
So let me get this straight. You guys want to dump her body in the reservoir in the middle of the night? That's your plan?
we'll talk about that in 2 weeks.
No, we'll talk about it more.
We'll talk about it in 2 weeks. With that, everybody,
Okay, how
have
about
a
this? You
great night.
plan on how you want to handle this, so we don't
Have a good
spend the
night.
first hour of the next session talking about it.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. Everybody have a good night.
That's what the group chat's for, okay? And I'll
Exactly.
determine what roles need to be made.
All right,
Okay, you guys have a nice night.
you as well.
All right, have a night.
Yep.